Hello. Well, guess what came today? It's only the Stop the Thyroid Madness book. I am really excited. I'm a little bit daunted too. But I have my post-it notes and my highlighter pen. Although on reflection, the highlighter pen really won't be happening because I don't really like writing in books. It just doesn't seem right. I was gutted that no sooner had I opened the book and put it on the table, I left the room for 2 seconds and I came back and my husband had knocked the table where there was a cup of tea and it splashed, but thankfully not all over it, just like a little bit on the edge. So that's enough marks, I think. So I think it's going to have to be post-it notes. Although, there's always a first time. And it's not like this thyroid is gonna, thyroid disease is gonna disappear completely. I think it's just about managing it. Although apparently I have read about people who've managed to get rid of it completely. I think those people have been on a raw food, I'm going to say diet, but it's not a diet. It's not diet like, to lose weight. Although obviously they lose weight. But they eat clean, they eat, raw vegetables and fruit and a lot of other things. If you are interested in that type of lifestyle, there's an absolutely fantastic Facebook page, website, you name it, YouTube channel. I'm subscribed to it, so if you're on mine, if you look at what I'm subscribed to, there's a beautiful lady called Cookie Taylor, and she's the founder of Reach for Raw, and she's been on an amazing journey. Well, do you know what? Go and have a look for yourself. She's gorgeous. The most beautiful blue eyes you'll have ever seen in your life. On her Facebook page, there's a community page and then there's a closed Facebook page where the people there are absolutely fantastic, and that is another place that it's not just for people who are only going to be eating raw foods. It is literally for anybody who wants to make a change to their lives, to get healthier, to get better, by eating differently and sharing ideas. Meat eaters are welcome, but usually it's meat eaters who are maybe wanting to eat less meat or no meat. But even if it's just about wanting to add more variety into your diet, a healthier option, healthier ways of eating, healthier ways of cooking, you will be welcome. I'll guarantee you will be welcome. Not so much if you're going to be talking a lot about meat, because like I say, it's mostly for people who are non-meat eaters. So really, if you do decide to go and have a little look, please be respectful of or I'm sure you will, of the group, and of course of Cookie, because what her mission was to just bring people, whoever you are, together in an effort for everybody to eat better and get well. So I just think that's a fantastic mission, and she's accomplishing it, and she's got so many, I think she's got, I could be wrong, almost 20,000 followers I think at the moment on YouTube, and go and take a look. I'll put a link, I'll attach a link I think to my page so you can go and have a little look there. So anyway, back to the book. It arrived today. I am really ecstatic. I have only dipped into it a little bit because I'm daunted by it, and it sat on the table looking at me earlier on today. But then I had a phone call with my sister. This was yesterday, a day before yesterday, and like I've said, I haven't told any of my family apart from my husband, Andrew. He's the only person who knows how poorly I've been feeling. And whilst we were talking, she asked how I was. I said, I'm fine. And she said, really, how are you? And I said, oh, I'm fine, you know, everything's great. I said to her that I'd be coming up to visit very soon. And she was like, when? And I said, oh, she asked me would I be coming on a specific week, and I said, well, I can't come that week because I've got a doctor's appointment I've been waiting for. Oh, what's that for? Well, I am renowned for being the worst liar in the entire world. I just can't do it. People who know me, acquaintances, friends I've had, all think it's hilarious because I just can't do it. I just get embarrassed. I don't like doing it. And it's almost like I think I've said it before, it's almost like I've drank truth serum. I really just can't. I hate it, and I hate when I'm asked a direct question where I need to maybe not tell the whole truth, and in the end I end up having to tell the truth, and it's just awful. I just hate it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I would rather just tell the truth. I obviously don't like hurting people's feelings either. So yeah, that makes for some uncomfortable conversations. So anyway, she knows me because she's my big sister, and she's 11 years older. She's had years to know what I'm like. So I kind of fumbled around trying to think of something to say what the appointment was for. And because I knew if I just said it was a general checkup, she would just say, well, just, put it off to a different day. So then I thought, this is all happening in a split second, but feels about 10 or 15 minutes in my head. So I just thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to say. So first of all, I just said, oh, it's just an appointment about my thyroid. And she said, oh yeah, what's up with it? And it's actually not an appointment with my GP, it's a neurology appointment. And she said, oh, was it with your GP? Well, there you go, direct question, I can't say no. So I was like, oh no, it's with a neurologist. Oh, why are you going to see a neurologist? Is everything okay? So now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, now she's going to worry and it'll be all my fault. And not that she's that much of a worrier. Me and my sister are poles apart. She's the firstborn, I'm the lastborn. I am very emotional, love everybody. Not that she doesn't love everybody, but I want to be everybody's friend. I don't like arguing. I'm the peacemaker. I don't generally say what's on my mind. Well, it's funny because my emotions kind of bubble quite close to the surface. So if I'm upset, you're going to know. If I'm happy, everybody's going to know. I'm a hugger. I don't like people being left out. I'm the one in that room where nobody's speaking who's trying to strike up a conversation because the awkward silence is killing me. Hate it. What's up with people? Just talk to each other. She's not. She can stay quiet in the room. She's really friendly, and but she's no nonsense, and she's very black and white. There's no grey. She's just very. It's funny because I absolutely love her to bits. She's brilliant. She's very strong, and I'm not so strong. And it's funny because I always, no matter what I do, always look for her approval. I'm yet to tell her or ask her anything and her just go, oh, that's fantastic, oh brilliant, that's well done you, I'm really made up. No, sorry, that's a lie. When I was pregnant and when I had my baby, she was really supportive during the pregnancy. She was so pleased with me because she knew how hard and how long we'd been trying. But generally, yeah, and I don't know why I do it, because I know I'm setting myself up for a fall. But I always live in hope that one day I'm going to tell her something, she's going to go, yay, that's great. Probably not going to happen, but, I probably drive her mad. So anyway, I was thinking, oh gosh, maybe she will worry, or she's going to push with this now until I say, excuse me. Plus as well, we've lost quite a few family members in the last few years, including our dad, sorry, and my sister-in-law, who I've known since I was about 3. They've gone in the last 4 years. Also my sister-in-law's mum, who I was close to, and her dad, and it was literally one person died every year for over the course of about 4 or 5 years. So yeah, so I didn't want her worrying, because if anything, I love her more and I worry about her more, and I just don't want anything to happen to her, and I assume, as hard as she can be, she's probably thinking the same about me. So I just said, I've not been feeling too well with the thyroid, and told her a few things, and she was almost supportive, kind of okay. She listened, and then I kind of got a bit brave and got into it a little bit more. And then she needs to send you to an endocrinologist, she needs to send you to a proper doctor. I talked about my GP and the response I'd had, and I said, well, actually I have had my appointments. Well, what did they say? What have they put you on? What are they doing? What test? And I said they didn't want to know, and so she wasn't too happy with that. And I was really pleased with myself, because I was able to actually speak with conviction about how rubbish the tests were and why, what tests really I needed. I wasn't very articulate, but I was, I wasn't too bad. I seemed to get my point across, and so I just kind of rambled on about that. And then I heard myself tell her, oh no, it wasn't, it was oh, what you call it, like a misunderstanding, because we were talking about vitamins and minerals and things that you should take to help different things. And I was talking about one particular tablet, I think it was the D3, but then I'd gone on to talking about NDT, and she was like, well, why don't you just give that? And I was explaining about the history of it, and about it basically not being as big a money spinner as the levothyroxine. And she was quite shocked. For her, I mean, she seemed to be really, because we have been brought up to follow convention, go with the rules, and listen to your doctors and don't question. Now, we've both been brought up in that same household, and so I mean, she's not like a scaredy cat like I am, so I think she was probably shocked that I've been like, well, no, I'm not having it. So then she said, you need to get some of those tablets. So I said, oh, I've ordered the NDT, they'll be here any minute. And she went, the pig tablets? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, no, I meant the other ones, the vitamins. And I was like, oh. So then I thought, well, cat's out of the bag. And she was like, oh, no, please be careful. Don't do anything too hasty. And so I was trying to put her mind at rest, because I'm not going to be hasty with it. I'm not. My heart wants, as soon as they come, I want to rip it open and take the first half a grain, but my mind and my great big leaning towards scaredy cat says no, and I need to do this properly and limit any problems. So I tried to put her mind at rest there. So in amongst the conversation, we were talking about one of my nieces, and I'm very lucky. I've got 4 amazing, all completely different, 4 fantastic and beautiful nieces, and just hilarious, all of them, and clever and beautiful. I just love them to bits. They're great. And one of them's quite poorly with a vitamin B12 deficiency, and she has to have injections, where I think every 10 weeks, and begrudgingly the doctors moved it to every 8 weeks, but unfortunately she's still suffering. So after that initial boost, she kind of comes down quite quickly, So, you know, it affects her mood. You know, she's gained a few pounds. You'll have to excuse the noise of the motorbike, it's one of the neighbours, sorry. And she still looks amazing. And her sleep pattern is terrible. And, you know, she really struggles to sleep at night. So, you know, there's things going on there. I think she should check her thyroid. Apparently, she's had her thyroid checked and it's fine. But I was trying to explain well, no, I wasn't trying. She actually took it on board. It was weird. I explained to her about the TSH levels being an absolute load of rubbish. So what I've said to her, she was great. She was great. What I've said to her was, next time I come up, if she can get hold of my niece's last blood results, I'll go through them and try and find out what the optimum levels should be. She's also asked me, could I give her some advice on vitamins and minerals, which I've been doing today. And, you know, the conversation was fantastic. But then, it's really funny because at one point I was thinking, okay, where's my sister? She's been abducted and this really understanding and open and supportive person's been put in her place. And just as I was thinking that, she said, well, I'm surprised your doctor didn't just say you were depressed, because it sounds like depression to me. Ugh, no. And I mean, especially with you just having a baby, I mean, it's probably post, and I went, don't say it. I was thinking, don't make me jump down the phone and punch you in the face. Although she'd batter me, so yeah, I'd lose. And I just thought, no, please don't. You're my sister. Don't you do that as well. I understand where she's coming from, and I know I don't see them very often at all because we live in different ends of the country. But you know, we've spoken, we've Skyped. You know, she's seen me when I've come up. It's not postnatal depression. So I suppose my attitude changed then, and I was fuming for a bit, and then I started to get a grip and think, well, it's my sister and she's always like it. So, you know, it was just nice that for some of the conversations she was supportive, and I think she knew, so she she didn't backtrack, because she's not going to take back anything she says, but she kind of stopped that bit. But then she did then add something else as well. Oh no, actually it was about, she said, well, I did say when you were when you had the baby to watch out for anemia and low iron, didn't I? Because she started becoming anemic when she had her children, and my mum gets anemia, and the pair of them get it, and I hadn't had it before. And I know I'm not anemic now, as my doctor kept reminding me. But obviously my levels are low. And actually my sister was able to tell me a few things about the iron tablets. Although, now just let me get the box a minute. This ferrous fumarate is the second one I was on. Remember when I was on the other one, it was ferrous sulfate. Now she was telling me the sulfate one is higher strength, higher dosage than the fumarate. But when I looked it up last night, she's kind of right, because this says 210 milligrams and the other one was more. Sorry, I just can't remember what it was. But when I looked it up, it was the actual, oh come on Bonnie, the actual iron content on this one is something like it. I think the whole 210 is like the iron, whereas the sulfate one had a lower percentage of iron in it than this, and the rest of it was made up by some sort of salt. Sorry, aren't I rubbish? Gosh, but you get what I mean. So I only found out that because she thought the first one was the better one. She's been on loads, couldn't believe he only had the option of 2. So anyway, so that was all out in the open, and I feel a little bit better. I mean, it's not like she's going to tell anybody. I can't believe she was open about vitamins and things. I mean, you know, there'd have been a time when that would have been put down with in a little box that she's got in her head with mumbo jumbo and voodoo.